Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Nana Bema. I share videos on faith, lifestyle, food and any moral lesson in between. If you are interested in such contents, do not hesitate to subscribe and put on the notification bell so that anytime I upload a content, you would be among the first to be notified. Kindly be my guest as I deep clean my bedroom after being away for 4 months, and I'll be sharing some life lessons as we go along. This is not my personal story but that of Nanecha, and she asked me to share before she even traveled. But Akusia, forgive me, I have to go deep so that we can draw some lessons from it. For the sake of those watching me for the first time, Nanecha is a friend turned niece or daughter as we call it in Ghana. She was a nurse with me here in Koforidua until last year when she had to resign to take care of her children. Nanecha is one person who makes light of every situation. What can keep me sleepless for 3 nights will be a stimulant for her. With this brief background story of the character we'll be dealing with in our storyline today, let's go into the story proper. When her husband decided to come for her, everyone around her was happy for her. She was equally happy, but her indifference nature came to play. Before she went home to put to bed, she had wanted to start with her passport acquisition, but something happened so she could not do it. Few months after putting to bed, her husband booked an appointment for her here because it's less stressful in Koforidua than in other places. But to get her travel, her husband had to be angry before Nanecha made that journey to make her own traveling passport. And believe you me, when the passport was ready, I got it on her behalf and sent it through a bus to Kumasi for her brother to get it for her. For almost 3 weeks now, we've not seen the tap running, and the disadvantage of having this type of washing machine is without a constant water supply, you cannot use it. This is not the twin tap, so if you are now contemplating on buying a washing machine, then you have to know which one to go in for. Nonetheless, I don't regret buying this. Again, the husband booked another appointment for her to go and do her oral English test in Kumasi. And even with that, the husband had to get her the direction to the place. She traveled to Accra for her visa acquisition after her husband booked the appointment for her. If you've been following the storyline keenly, you would have realized that everything up to this point was done by the husband. And yes, let me tell you, good men still exist on this planet. Because she was traveling on the ticket of her husband, there was less to prove from her end. So at the end of the day, she got her visa. And from this part is where she wanted me to share the story. The moment she told the husband that she has gotten the visa, he made a flight reservation for her. I mean, he bought her a ticket instantly. I remember it was a return journey to Accra, so she got back home around 10 p.m. and she had details of her flight. So from the beginning of the storyline, the only thing she partook in was where she had to be there in person. Every other thing was done by the husband. So from this point on, she bought the foodstuffs and every other thing that she needs to travel with. And even with the packing, it was done for her. She only had 2 weeks to travel, and she couldn't even wait to celebrate her second daughter's first birthday. We counted the weeks, days, hours, and finally minutes. So the day of travel came. We took turns to pray for and with her. We said the goodbyes, and she had to bid her children the hardest goodbye. She did not go alone. She went with her brother and her husband's younger brother. So we communicated throughout the journey until check-in. I became worried when they were all not answering my calls nor returning them. Mind you, I was seriously sick at the time, so I couldn't go with her. So I eventually called the husband, and he said, Auntie Bima, Yvonne Entimi Anko. Nanecha is called Yvonne. So the husband told me that Yvonne cannot travel, and my heart missed a bit. I asked him again, Paku Usisen, Ora, what did you say? And before she could tell me what had really happened, what came to mind was that, so this thing that Adeze and Nezeville said is true. So it has eventually happened to me, as in it has happened to someone close to me. Then the husband came in to say, oh, Auntie Bima, it is the effective date of the visa. So the visa is not yet matured. We are in a haste. Then I took a breather. And let me call you my paddy or buddy at this time. This is the peak of the lesson. So all of us, we were jubilating. Nature has a visa. Nature is traveling. Nature is traveling. We did not take the pains to really study the visa part of her passport. I remember when she brought it that evening, I asked her to give it to me, and I saw expiry date. Having seen the expiry date, nothing prompted me to look out for the effective date of the visa. And for the traveler herself, she cares less. Immediately she got back with the passport, she put it in her hand luggage, and that was all. She did not open it to see anything. In fact, to make it more light, it's like she's saying, Muna moble. Me, I am okay. You people want me to travel. So throughout this, she behaved like a child. It's like when you say go here, she will go. For her Nothing was at stake. And so she came home for 4 days. She was first traveling on a Sunday. So Thursday, she finally could leave the country. When we compare her attitude throughout the whole storyline with our Christian journey, it's like we are also telling Christ that, we did not send you to die. Even before we were born, you had already died. Nobody sent you. So we care less about our relationship with him. Another group of us, we also believe in everything that our pastors say. We don't take the pains to cross-check the information we hear. We don't go to church with our Bibles, be it the hard copy or the soft copy. Anything our pastors, our leaders tells us, that is it. We swallow them. We don't cross-check. If we had also taken the pains to go through the passport, we would have prompted the husband that your booking is too early. The last group of people I want to talk about in this video is those of us who read the Bible without paying attention to details. I saw the expiry date of the visa, but because my attention was not on every aspect of the information on the visa side, I could not see the effective date. We go through the Bible not to understand. Some of us, we just read for the sake of reading. Did the oversight come with a price? Oh, yes. But because it was a direct flight, the cost was minimal as compared to if she was to have made transits. In this story, the price was money, but in our Christian walk with Christ, the price is death. May God help us to make the right decisions with respect to our salvation. Amen.